What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Tiege pack. Tiege makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliate and scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Tiege Henley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Henley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Tiege Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a Dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Tiege Henley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a Dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Tiege pack. Feel the Tiege, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with me. It is February 14th, 2023, year of our Lord. What's happening, friends and family? Welcome to the Millionaire Morning Show, where we break down everything from a business perspective, okay? I believe that everything that you do, everything that you get into, everything that you find yourself as a part of, you need to be looking at it from a business perspective. So I am your illustrious host, Anton Daniels. We are going to be doing the work here. I got a full show for you guys. But before we get started, I absolutely positively want to tap into the chat and see what my people are doing. What's going on, Crown? I appreciate you setting the record straight is in the building. What's happening? Did we pin to the top of the chat? Let me double check here really quickly to see if we pin to the top of the chat the link to the Patreon. We got to make sure that the link to the Patreon is pinned to the top of the chat. That is there. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Okay. So we in good standing. We doing really well. Everything is going good. And it's been a start to the week. It's been absolutely incredible and phenomenal. So Crown is in the building. Big Suggs, I appreciate you. What up, Randy? My girl Randy, what's happening? The Alexander said, what up, bag chasers? Stephen Day is in the building also. I got RHS. What up, RHS? I like that logo. I like what you got going there. Batman 40011. What's going on? Batman is in the building. Larry Walker, I appreciate you, my friend. Just Too Fab. I like that name with the underscore and the space. You're trying to trick us, okay? Trees, what's going on? Let me see. Stephen Day, Larry Walker, Kelvin Sloan is in the building. Said top of the day, good people. Ennis Luby is what's up though. Ed Hill, King Rock, I appreciate you. Persevere Data TV is my guy. What's happening is in the building. Johnny Mac says, yo, I'm voting for Lori or the guy who gave us the free gas. Jeremy Clay, what's happening? All of my good people on this good Tuesday afternoon, not even the morning, it's the afternoon. Had some interesting meetings this morning, had to deal with corporate, you know what it is, budgets, people, are we on track, project timelines, all of that different type of stuff that they pay us all of this good money in order to make sure that we're doing the Lord's work inside of corporate America, all right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. If you have not already, make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, yesterday I did post inside of the Patreon the actual video instead of a link to the webinar. I just posted the recorded video for you guys to go through and see what it is that we talked about when it came to mining out and getting money when it comes to content creation and social media. We don't want you on social media looking like a dusty or just posting or just doing things without it actually working for your benefit, whether you be in corporate America, whether you just marketing your business, whether you're a content creator. It's so many different ways for you to be able to get money. And I gave it all to you. I didn't give enough to you, so I'm going to do a part 2. But I definitely gave it all to you. I gave you a lot of insight and information on how it is that you can leverage social media to make money. I showed my receipts. I told you my tricks and tips. I gave you my journey. I told you my how it is that I make so much more money than all of the rest of the social media content creators, despite the fact that they may have a bigger platform, more subscribers, a bigger following. It's people that have 2 million subscribers that I make more than in a month, than in 1 month. And it is documented. I actually show the receipts. That is a trademark of what we do over here at the Bag Chasers University. Bag Chaser being that you are working on becoming the best version of yourself, and then you understand that the money, the network, the relationships, the greatness, all of the good stuff come along with it, all right? Because we don't want to have money without good character, because then we turn into monsters, right? So without further ado, make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Also on top of that, the Alpha Juice Company is in the building. So on top of my game, I'm coming in through the ceiling. The Alpha Juice Company has been holding us down, sponsoring us. I have been hard at work in the gym on a regular basis. Hard at work in the gym. Change the way that I take in people. Change the way that I take in food. Change the way that I do things. And it's all a lifestyle change. So if you have not already, make sure you tap into the Alpha Juice Company. That link is in the description for you to go to the website and then use the discount code that I give y'all inside of the website in order to make sure that you're getting the most off so we can take this journey along with each other. Okay? I don't want to be sitting here out here killing the game. You know, summer is coming, spring first, and then summer is coming, and then I'm going to be out here looking like a savage, and then you out here looking like a dusty, just because you wanted to cheap out and you didn't want to rock out with the Alpha Juice Company with the rest of us. Discount code Anton, $100 or more, discount code Anton10, 10. $225 or more, discount code Anton25. Those are for your cleanses, but the regular discount code is Anton. Get your Alpha Juice Company, make sure you tap in. Let's get it popping. Shout out to my first super chat of the day. I'm reading all super chats, whether it's 99 cents, $99, or 99,000. I have to acknowledge the people that support me the most. Shout out to King Rock. King Rock said I will be on vacation Thursday, so I'm just showing you love now. I'll be tuned in to my surroundings. We got to learn how to unplug, ladies and gentlemen, in order to make sure that we can really, really enjoy what it is that we got going on. Anton truly never unplugs. I think that's one of my weaknesses. That's the thing that Rita always complains about the most. However, we got to learn to unplug so that we can do the thing that's in our own best interest. So now that we got the housekeeping out of the way, again, make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I have a full show lined up for you guys. So I'm pivoting a little bit differently, and we're going to be slowly navigating into new formats. So you may see some slight changes here or there, but we doing the Lord's work over here. All right. So make sure, again, that you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm or dislike. I always see a dislike. I see one dislike every single show before the show even gets started. That just let me know that I'm doing something phenomenal, because they're going to come in and watch every single show. They're going to get all of the knowledge, and then they're going to be jealous at me because they improving themselves and they want to stay a dusty. So we love you too. We holding you down over here at the Millionaire Morning Show. If you hit a like or a dislike, make sure you hit something, because it's free. It's free. Even if you feel in a certain type of way after we had this accountability session. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Before we get started, I also want to give another shout out to my other super chat of the day. With the 2 ball says, is racial profiling big in corporate America? If you're asking me, I'm going to tell you no. I think that cultural profiling is much larger in corporate America than racial profiling, because cultural profiling lets me know whether or not I can work with you or not. It lets me know whether you're going to be one of those type of people when we go out as a group to the bar, if you're going to be watching every single little detail so you can go back and be a whistleblower over into corporate America. It lets me know whether or not you're going to be a Me Tooer as a woman, and if I have to make sure that I gird up and every single time I see you, I got to put my hands behind the back so that you don't accuse me of something that I didn't do. It lets me know whether or not you're going to be one of those blackity blacks that everything is racist and nobody can actually do nothing without actually accommodating your racist narrative that you always think the whole world is against you. Culturally, people need to like you. That's the way in which you level up in corporate America. People want to know that they can work with you, that they can spend a lot of time with you, that they can like you, that they can travel with you on corporate trips and not have to worry about themselves. I think the cultural aspect of things is huge, but I haven't experienced any racism in corporate America personally, no. Shout out to my girl Q is in the building, says, wait, so you going on vacation unplugging? Never. I do have to take my family over to Disney World this weekend, but we not gonna miss no beats at all. We still doing the show on Friday, even though I gotta, trust me, I move flights around. It's a lot of different things going on. We still gonna do what we do. We don't miss. All right, we don't miss just because y'all want to look at some water or somebody is in a Mickey Mouse costume waving at you over at Disneyland. We don't care nothing about that. We bag chasers. We got to continue to take care of the business, Q. Don't you try to finesse me. Shout out to my dog. Jay Woodfin says, continuing to support the movement, big dog. And I appreciate you, Jay. You've always supported me since you've come over into this sphere. And we not red pill. We not blue pill. We not green. We green pill. We're green pill over here. We about our bread. We about living the best life possible. We not trying to spin a narrative. We gonna call it out as we see it, but at the same time, if it's not no money in it, then what's the point of us talking about it? You know what I'm saying? So we like the entertainment, but we definitely want to make sure that we extract all the money, because that's what corporate America is doing. And so just because you're not doing it don't mean that they not profiting off of you. You better get your cut too. All right, so let's deep dive into the show. Without further ado, I love you, I appreciate you, but I have to hold you accountable. This is me this morning. If you see me walking down the street in downtown Detroit, Midtown, Corktown, all of the towns, y'all be pulling up on me on a regular basis. Shout out to y'all. I was leaving out the gym last night because I do spontaneous gym sessions. Sometimes I do 2 a day. Sometimes I'll hit it in the morning. Sometimes I'll just walk like 2 or 3 miles over to work. I'll park my car at a completely different spot every single day for several different reasons. But I'm all over the city on a regular basis so I can experience new things, so I can see different things, so I can play Where's Waldo. Unless the weather is absolutely egregious, I'm always walking. I live, work, and play for the most part, and I spend the majority of my time all over the city. I spend my money in the city. I pour into the people in the city. So I'm everywhere. And y'all be pulling up like, what up, Anton? And y'all always show love. Always show love. But this is me in the morning, and usually I'll have on my red North Face hoodie, and I'm nice and insulated in the inside, which allows for me to be able to get around warm despite the fact that it being winter and stuff like that. But I'm out in the streets. And I'm participating in society, and I'm having a good time. And I'll walk over to the office, or I'll catch the queue line. I'm all over the place, right? And I'm going to be reading Superchats throughout the day, so thank y'all for continuing to support the platform, but I'm definitely going to be reading the Superchats because I appreciate each and every one of you. And I was recording, and I was on my tripod and all of this other type of stuff. And I'm working out, so I'm getting my steps in because I only been rocking an Apple Watch. And then I go and I do my lifting sessions and I do my Stairmaster in the afternoons and things like that when I got time or when I'm on coaching sessions and things like that, right? But here's the thing. When I talk to you guys and you tap in for a coaching session, if you need to get in touch with me for a coaching session, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com. I don't do business on Instagram. I don't do business on TikTok or any other platform. Email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com if you need to get in touch with me for a coaching session, business, whatever. I'm going to get you scheduled for a Zoom call, personal call, or any of that. When I hold y'all accountable on these coaching sessions, I'm doing so out of love. Let me fill you in. When you talk to me on the phone and you tell me your story, and in every coaching session, the first thing that I do is I better understand who it is that you are, where you come from, why you calling me, what you want to do, what's your past like, the whole 9 yards. And the reason that I do that, I'm making sure that I capture all of the super chats so I can acknowledge you guys. The reason why I do that is because I need to better understand you, because there is no one size fits all solution for what it is that you say or do, for where it is that you're going in your life. Everybody is their own individual. Nobody is the same as the person before them. And just because you're a man, there is no one size fits all. Some men are married. Some men are looking to be rich. Some people are looking for advice in corporate America. Some people looking for insight on their business. Some people trying to remaster how it is that they look at their investments in their portfolio. Some people need insight into real estate. And some people just need life advice, right? And so I need to understand you, because any coach, and remember this, any person that you get on a coaching session with, if they just give you some flat out general information, you got took. Get your money back, all right? But I need to understand you. And then when I understand you and we built this relationship and we have these multiple different sessions, that means that when you say something to me that's out of pocket, as far as what it is that you're doing and you're not doing your homework, you're not taking care of business, you're taking 2 steps back, 2 steps back, 2 steps back, and you're not actually progressing to go forward, then I have to hold you accountable. But then you can receive it because you know that I'm holding you accountable out of love, because I genuinely want the best for you. And nobody actually told you the thing that your father should have told you before you started getting on the coaching sessions with me, which is why we in the space that we in today, right? But here's the most bothersome part. Not bothersome in a bad way, but bothersome in that it's frustrating for me sometimes, because I'm so passionate about the people that I talk to, and that when I then have a conversation with you, you become an extension of me. And so I can't have a session with you where you looking like a dusty going forward, because then it's like, yo, you getting coached by Anton? No, you're going to have to be a reflection of me. You can't still be a dusty afterwards. But the frustration that I genuinely have is that I talk to y'all, and by God is my witness, because I know that he talks to me, especially when I'm talking to you guys. And I get passionate. I get more passionate on my coaching calls than I do on these live streams, right? And by God, you people are too talented. You're too talented. You're too talented. Y'all got it. I mean, God, y'all got it. You have the intellectual capability. You have the education. You got the look. And this goes for the ladies and the guys, especially the ladies. You got the look. You're able to communicate effectively. You got the support system. A lot of y'all have been given opportunities that nobody before you have ever gotten in your lifetime. You've had scholarships, and they paid for your whole education, and you graduating from school with no debt because they paid your way through. And you know what you do? You waste it. You waste it. And that is the most bothersome, disappointing thing to me. It's worse than a person fumbling the bag. It's worse than a person losing, because at least if you lost, I know you shooting your shot. Come on, follow me here. At least if you lost, I know you putting up shots, because we can fail forward. We gonna always learn what not to do. We always gonna modify the product that we working on in order to become a better product. I can deal with an L. I've taken a lot of L's in my lifetime, and the wins are so much bigger and so much enjoyable. I can deal with a loss. I can't deal with lazy. I can't deal with wasted talent. And the reason I can't deal with wasted talent is because every single person, almost every single person that I talk to, and I am a lifetime C student in real life, every single person that I talk to has it. They're 10 times more talented than I ever can be. They got everything in their toolbox. And you know why I beat you on a regular basis is because I don't have that thing in my toolbox, which gives me a sense of urgency, in that I then go forward and I'm consistent and I'm determined and I'm dedicated and I don't sleep. And then y'all come to me and say, Anton, you need to take a vacation. And I'm like, I'm never taking a vacation, because the only thing I want to do is win. I'm a dog. I only want to win. And then I see you, right? Think about it. I look at you, and you got everything. God gave you all of the talents, and you blowing it. You blow it because you feel a certain type of way. You blow it because you lean on the fact that you're talented and you can get by. You blow it because somebody told you that you wasn't going to be something, and so now I'm feeling a certain type of way. Where do you think that I came up with the whole saying about the Olympics, the victim Olympics, the oppression Olympics? You worried about how somebody see you. They called you a name, and so you carrying it for the rest of your life. You got every single tool in your toolbox, and you blowing it. And you know what the worst part about the whole situation is? It's somebody that needs you. It's somebody that's waiting on you. It's somebody that could use what it is that you got. Somebody else's success is largely dependent on you fulfilling your purpose. Somebody else's success is largely dependent on you. It's a young man that need mentorship out there. And because you never became what you were supposed to become, when y'all intersect with each other, he can't really be inspired by you, and he can't depend on you to give him anything, not even a piece of advice, because you are not a reflection of the thing that you were supposed to be. So now he runs into you, and then when he sees you, he says, listen, why would I listen to somebody that's broke? And he looking at you like a dusty. Why would I listen to somebody that's telling me what to do? And then you trying to convince him, talking about, well, you can learn something from anybody. You should even listen to people that went through it on what not to do. They don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear that. They want to see the success story so that they can then mimic what it is that you do. Don't sit here and tell these people, don't do what I say, do, or don't do what I do what I say. You were the bridge for them. You were the tree. You were the branch. You was the person in which was supposed to be the connecting piece for them to get to the next portion of their life. And because you fucked up, because you was feeling in some type of way, because you never ever really became the person that you was supposed to be, because you was lazy, because you was emotional, because you went off of what somebody else was saying, or you was looking at your mama or your daddy, or it's always somebody else's fault, or it's modern women or modern men or this and that and so on and so forth. You never fulfilled your purpose. And so as a result, they can't fulfill their purpose. And the person that's supposed to be after them can't fulfill their purpose. And it's a long line of people. A long line of people, because you got it. You were supposed to be the one. You were supposed to be the one. Now we got to re-engineer the whole puzzle because this piece ain't fitting the way it's supposed to fit because you don't want to do what you're supposed to do. You refuse to have any level of discipline. You refuse to hold down and have any kind of sacrifice. Now it's just all feeling and love, and I'm a butterfly and I can float. And if somebody asks you what it is that you're supposed to be or what you want to do, you say, I just want to be happy. What happened to a sense of purpose? What happened to growth? What happened to sacrifice? What happened to the people that come after you were supposed to be inspired by and better because of what it is that you did and the things that you, what happened to honor? Somebody being able to come through and honor the sacrifice that you gave so that they can then become better versions of themselves. Did we all just fumble the bag? At some point in history, did we get so comfortable? Did we get so much money? Did we get so much opportunity that the only thing that we can do is make believe situations that then allow us to be able to rest on our laurels because we can't truly do anything that's inspirational, anything that allows for us to be able to take accountability and responsibility for who we are in our life so that we can help the next generation. I know for a fact that people don't do the thing that's in their own best interest. So at the very least, do it for somebody else that's going to be dependent on you. Do it for your unborn kids. Do it for your mama. Do it for your father that died and the people before you that actually made the sacrifices in order for you to vote. Do it for somebody else. Do it for your future wife. Do it for your future self. Do it for that young man that's looking at you, paying attention to you, because you don't have to have a fucking platform. You don't have to be on YouTube. You don't have to have a famous thing. You don't have to have a huge Instagram in order to impact somebody else's life that's then going to turn out to be the thing that saves somebody else or a part of the community or some souls somewhere, all because they were inspired by and then groomed by and then told to go and do something because you are a reflection of the thing that you advocate for. Why do you think that I say be selfish before you can be selfless? You can't help nobody if you can't help yourself. Don't nobody want to hear from you because you broke. Ain't nobody inspired by you just because you got something to say. Everybody don't need to have a microphone to have a, you know who need a microphone? The people that overcame, the people that's a reflection of what it is that we wanted to do. When I say I show the receipts, I don't show the receipts to brag. I show the receipts because I am a reflection of the thing that I'm advocating for. I am married. I did overcome. I went broke in 08. I went and got the bag. I am a reflection of what it is that I want my daughter to marry. How are y'all so easily finessed and then easily discouraged as it is what you're supposed to be doing on a regular basis? Fight, push. Ain't nobody told you it was going to be easy. The failures that you experiencing now ain't even easy. At least get something out of it. Don't come all this way just to give up. You should have gave up before you even enrolled. Don't go through school, get the debt, and then don't fucking finish. Finish that shit. Everything you do, you finish it. One thing at a time, one step at a time, one person at a time, one situation at a time. Don't you sit here and tell me that it ain't possible, because I'm living it. I'm living it. And for all you Christians, you think Jesus died so you can be comfortable? You think all of the disciples was beheaded so you can be comfortable? You think Paul wrote all of those letters to the Galatians so that you can be comfortable? You ain't even read your word. You don't even got a sword. You ain't even got a sword. Your breastplate of righteousness got holes in it. You easily dissuade. It's so easy for you to just go right on over into the devil's workshop and just embrace what he got for you. You ain't no soldier. You a civilian. Stop even calling yourself a Christian, because you ain't even in this fight. You ain't even built to be standing on a battlefield. You ain't got the stamina. You ain't got the endurance. And you certainly don't even read your word. You don't know nothing about this life. You ain't a Christian. You a baby. You the one that we got to protect, so that we hopefully can get this one to maybe you can be the cook in the village, because we certainly don't need you on the battlefield. You think that church is a place for you to go and date. It's a place for you to go and gird up. What you think that this fight is just because we talking in the natural, that it ain't spiritual, that it ain't based off of principalities? I watched a whole fucking video that somebody sent me of Sam Smith dressed in devil gear. But then if I start talking like a Christian, this video is going to get censored. Meanwhile, they playing that everywhere. What you think that that's a coincidence? Huh? We in a fight. This is a fight for righteousness. This is a fight for souls. This is a fight. Every day it's a war. It's a fight. Every day they trying to pervert your kids. Every day they trying to change what it means to be a woman into being a man, and a man into being a woman. If you not going to gird up, then just get the fuck out the way and let us do the work, because all you doing is getting in the way. We just going to trip over you. Get out the way and let the people actually do the work. If you not going to utilize the talents that God gave you, then get the fuck out the way and let us go ahead and do what it is that we going to do. We got demons to slay. We got souls to save. We got young men in order to pour into. We got people that we need to be making rich, and we got a network to build. One person at a time. We not here to save everybody. Fuck the 999. We going for the one. We only need the one. We looking for Neo. I'll play Morpheus. I'm looking for Neo out there. It's a young man that needs me. And in order for me to really be able to find him, I have to do what I have to do. Let me do what the Morpheuses do. We hunting. We looking for the one. We don't care about the 999, and then we going to save Zion. But we need you to get out of our way. Go ahead and be Cypher. Be the one that took the pill and went and got the meat. At least we know that you out the way and you're not going to betray us. That's what it means to be on your purpose. That's what it means to be accountable for your actions. That's what it means to be a great man. Come on, man. Let's go. Every day I jump on this live stream. Let me tell you something. I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to really help y'all to understand something. It's less profitable for me to live stream than it is to drop a video. That's a fact. I'm going to say it one more time. It's less profitable for me to do a live stream than it is for me to drop a video. Yet every morning I'm here, Monday through Friday, making sure that I pour into y'all, giving y'all all the information that I possibly can. You think I'm doing this because it's fun for me? I love what I do. Let's not get it mistaken, but I do it because it's important for me to feed off of your energy so that I can ensure that you get what you need in order to be successful. Let me tap into the chat. I definitely want to read the super chats before we go forward. Because I got a whole show lined up for y'all today. Don't think for 1 second that we going to slip. We doing the work every single day over here on the Millionaire Morning Show. All right? Let me acknowledge the people. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Handy Joannis. Thank you, Handy Joannis, for supporting the platform. I don't care if it's $1 or 50 cents. We going to make sure that we acknowledge the people that acknowledge us. Class E Beat says, I'm new to the channel and love your mindset, man. Peace and blessings. Thank you. Thank you for rocking out with us and rolling with us, Class E Beats. I appreciate you. Kingdom Minded, always hold me down. Says, MSU need prayers. Hey, prayers up for all of my people up there at Ypsilanti, up there in East Lansing, all of my MSU people. We know what's happening up there. I'm waiting for all of the information to come out before I ever speak on it because I need to know all of the facts before I speak on it. But we can send a prayer up for all of my people up at Michigan State University. Shout out to them. Larry Walker says, when will those shoes come out that you had on in Miami? How you know about that, Larry? I'm working. We doing the work in the background. We got to make sure everything is right before we do any releases. Thank you for the 10 ball, Larry. Persevere Data TV says, ordered my gimbal today. It's time to tell my story. You must have watched the Patreon exclusive video. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I appreciate y'all for continuing to hold me down. Let's do that work. It's too much money, too much opportunity, and too many stories to tell. Persevere Data TV, you're right. Said, preach. That was a word. Oh, we just get started over here at the Millionaire Morning Show. We do this every day, big dog. Yeah, we do this every day, big dog. Jaquel says, this is one of the reasons I started rocking with you and Anton is your true passion. I've tried, but could not reach you. God's plan, not mine. Shout out to Jaquel. Listen, I love you. You reaching me and you holding me down and you doing the work and you absolutely, positively one of the people that I love. Omar Smith, my guy, Omar, said, love the energy, Anton. Let Vices got me ready for battle. Shout out to Omar Smith. If y'all know Omar Smith been rocking with me for a long time. I appreciate you, Omar. Spencer Campbell says, Anton, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for holding me down for as long as you have. Thank you for always supporting what it is that we do over here at the Millionaire Morning Show. Thank you. Thank you, Spencer. Jamal, my dog. What up, Jamal Williams with the 10 ball? Hey, they can't ignore Superman. Jamal. They can't ignore Superman. That's an inside thing that me and Jamal got. Don't worry about it. Me and my bag chasers, we got inside jokes because we working on some things. Chloe, thank you, Chloe. Chloe, I appreciate you for the 5 ball. I really, really do love what it is that you got going on, Chloe, and for holding me down. So thank you to everybody that supports the platform. Again, make sure you email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com. If you are looking for a coaching session or to get in touch with me for anything from a business perspective, we're going to get you set up for a Zoom call or a personal call. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And then all the information for the Alpha Juice Company. Make sure you put in a discount code when you order your Alpha Juice. That is in the description also. I also want to acknowledge my guy, Angel. What up, Angel? Said, let's get this money. Let's get this money. Angel, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with me, big dog. And I really enjoy our chats on the weekend. I know my people. I know my people in real life. Met my people in real life. Kick it with my people in real life. Talk to my people on the phone in real life. Shout out to all of my bag chasers that's doing the work. Now, let's pivot. Beetlejuice. I'm sorry. Lori Beetlejuice. I'm sorry. I know I can't say his name 3 times or he gonna come and he gonna ruin my life. So if y'all ever seen that movie with the beetle in it, when I think of Lori Lightfoot, the first thing that I think of is Beetle. I can't say the word 3 times because then he's gonna come. Have y'all ever seen that movie Beetlejuice? Y'all, God, I said it. And I genuinely didn't mean to say it 3 times. Y'all should go and watch that movie. The first thing that I think of when I look at Lori Lightfoot is Beetlejuice. It's Beetlejuice. I've seen some pretty bad political leaders in my lifetime. Lori Lightfoot has to be up there at the top of the heap for worst political leaders that I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, so much so that people don't even look at Chicago as a major American city that they have to visit anymore. Who cares about the Bean when you got the south side of Chicago in turmoil? Downtown Chicago at some points is taken over by thugs. And now we're in a space to where the New York Times has literally released an article that talks about $500 a month, no strings, Chicago experiments with a guaranteed income. When are y'all going to stop doing this to yourself? When are y'all going to stop doing this to yourself? Let me ask y'all a question. Did y'all vote in Lori Lightfoot because she identified as gay? Did y'all elect Lori Lightfoot because she was a woman? Did y'all elect Lori Lightfoot because she was black? Those are what we call the trifectas of the Victim Olympics. That's when women a lot of times say things like, I'm a triple minority. At some point, they're going to say they're a quadruple minority. They say, I'm a triple minority. I'm black, I'm a woman, and I'm gay. Right? Now, I don't really care what you do in your life as far as how it is that you live in it. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. I don't agree with it any more than I agree with fornication or adultery. Right? Anymore. But then when you place it on a pedestal as a badge of honor, I have to identify with it and deal with it accordingly. But that's not why we're here today, ladies and gentlemen. Let me share my screen with you because I want to have this conversation and I want to make sure that I'm adding as much value to you as possible. Again, make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications, all right? According to the New York Times, Chicago is working feverishly along with a lot of other cities, but Chicago is one of the biggest cities to do it, is working feverishly to give out free money so that they can continue to increase inflation, create a socialist environment where you disincentivize people from actually working and doing anything that's productive in their life. I got to turn my hat backwards on this one. And what it is that we got going on in society. So let's do a little bit of reading. What they're labeling it as is a lifeline. And for liberal supporters, it shows how expanding government can make a difference. For conservatives, it's a return to wasteful welfare handouts. Question: at what point in society has welfare ever benefited black people, specifically people in general, but black people? We sit here and we complain about it today. We say that they remove the man out of the household in order to incentivize women to leave the men that they have children with by then offering them handouts. We say that, the black community was 10 times, 100 times, 1,000,000 times better when we were building it ourselves. People are literally complaining and they're trying to hold Martin Luther King accountable for the civil rights movement and saying that he led people into a burning house. I disagree. But my point is that at what point, because we're having these conversations today, and I'm going to be reading Superchats throughout the show. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you. At what point has handouts, we don't even agree with giving handouts to our homeboys. We say that they're users. We say we are enabling bad behavior. At what point has handouts ever been a solution for anybody in society? I didn't say help. I didn't say inspiration. I didn't say opportunity. I said a handout. It's a difference. Let's read. Southside Chicago photography studio crashed in 2020 with the onset of the pandemic. By March 2021, he was scraping by on tax preparation and financial advice business when gunshots. Wow, wait. How are you going to be scraping by on a tax preparation and financial advice business? How you going to give financial advice and you don't even know how to survive yourself? Stop it. You see how backwards we are? Christopher Ellington was scraping by on a financial advice business and he didn't even have no money. He over here doing y'all taxes and holding y'all down and he didn't even have no money. Look at how the article starts off. This was released yesterday. You see the date at the top, February 13th, 2023? When gunshots rang out one day as he was leaving work, 2 bullets from a drive-by shooter pierced his head and left him permanently blind. Shout out to Chicago. Let me put up the leader of Chicago while we reading this article. I want to make sure that I put up the leader of Chicago while we reading this article. Creditors were closing in. The rent notices piling up, and then helping hand came late last summer from Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Hey, how convenient is it that they're advocating for this and they're releasing this article at the time that they're releasing it when it comes to Lori Lightfoot? The first of a year's worth of monthly $500 checks with no strings attached, almost no questions asked. He said, hey, the government is doing this. Wait a minute. I don't have to, report this and report that. And you don't have to go through all of my business and I don't have to watch what I say. I was like, this is how it should be. Well, of course you're going to say that. Whenever you don't have to be accountable for whatever it is that people do or do for you, or in order to be able to get it, you then don't necessarily appreciate it. Let's continue. Chicago and the surrounding suburbs of Cook County are conducting the largest experiment of its kind in the nation. An effort to supply thousands of residents with basic level of subsistence, keyword, not in the form of food, housing, or childcare, just cash. Lightfoot's $31.5 million Resilient Communities pilot selected 5,000 city residents in August to receive the guaranteed cash income for a year. The first $500 checks from a separate program, a $42 million county pilot, went out December to 3,250 residents concentrated in the near-end Chicago suburbs. So let's really paint this. Let's put this in perspective, y'all. Let's put this in perspective. I'm going to give it to you from my perspective, and then you guys can give me some insight on how it makes sense. All right, I'm checking into the chat. They're taxing you, the middle class. For those of you that live in Chicago, for those of you that stay in Illinois, for those of you that continue to pour into the tax system, they're taxing you, and then they're taking the money, even though they got budget shortfalls, even though they can't even keep their own football and their own football team in their own city. They're gonna take your money, and then they doing a pilot program with it. They're going to take your money, and then they're going to do a pilot program with it, with the expectation of trying to roll it out to much broader situations and a much broader population. Connie is right. There's no such thing as free money. People should have learned from the stimulus situation. We're in a worse situation than we've ever been in before. And we have an unprecedented amount of deficit. And just because you don't necessarily know what that means, because you're not really paying attention to how the money affects you, but it is affecting you. You sit here and you talk about, well, $100,000 don't go as far as it used to. Why do you think that is? The price of eggs is this. Why do you think that is? To be able to live in a place, you know how much rent is? It's out of control. Why do you think that is? Who do you think is paying for it? Who do you think is paying for it? Don't worry about it. We're going to continue. Shout out to all of the women with new BBLs because they use that stimulus package. On Monday, the National Association of Counties Conference in Washington, which started over the weekend, runs through Tuesday. County executives will announce a network of county-level basic income programs to match the mayoral initiatives that have sprouted to 50 cities. Black people. I'm going to speak to I know it's other people in this besides black people, but I'm going to speak to my black people right now. I'm going to speak to my black people. This is how they ties you into the Democratic Party in the first place. And they always do it around election time, around times that is meaningful for whoever the mayoral candidate. If you think that it's a mistake that they're releasing it around these specific dates, then you are absolutely, positively out of your rabbit mind. Don't you know that this is how they tied you into making sure that you vote for specific parties in order to ensure that they tie you to the Democratic Party? That you no longer have any requests, and even though you are the one that's paying for the stimulus, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of y'all getting y'all tax returns. Shout out to all of the people that's already took an advance, even though I told y'all to not take an advance during tax season. Shout out to all of the people that got their tax returns early. It reminds me of the tax returns, right? And that you like, oh man, I can't wait to get my tax return because I'm balling. Don't you know that that's your money? You saved it. It's your money. What do you mean you're going to be balling on the tax return or the money that the federal... You paid into the system. It's your money. All you did was give the government a loan in order to make sure that you pay your fair share, and then they giving you a return of what it is that they feel like you owe them, you finessing yourself. So if you were smart, you would then start to look at that and say, you know what? Why can't I apply this to myself in reverse in order to ensure that I continue to be successful instead of waiting on the federal government to give me my money back so that I can pretend like I'm balling for the next 3 months? Help us, Lord. Both Chicago and Cook County are tapping money sent to local governments through the 2021 pandemic relief law known as the American Rescue Plan. Both programs are administered by a group called Give Directly that had been better known for helping poor people in developing nations. The city and county efforts are being assessed by social scientists at the University of Chicago. This was a once-in-a-lifetime moment for us to be bold and innovative. For Democrats, the concept is a wager on big government at a time when faith in democratic governance is at a low. Let me read that for you one more time. For Democrats, for the people that's in the back, I'm going to read it slow. For Democrats, the concept is a wager on big government. They want the government to become more inflated at a time when faith in democratic governance is at a low. What did I just tell y'all? What did I just teach y'all? What did I just say to y'all? How convenient for them to roll this out at the time that they rolled it out when faith in democratic governance is low. It's the same playbook that they've been rolling out to y'all for the last 70 years. And you think that these people are literally working on your behalf when they're trying to gain favor with the people by taking your money and then taxing you even more so that they can give it to people that don't even care about you, because they know that those are the people that's going to determine the election if they're passionate about what it is that they're doing for them, even though it's hurting them more than it's helping them. Whatever the outcome, the spread of basic income programs is a reminder of the growing divide between Democrats and Republicans. Let's continue. There's no indication that I see what the American public thinks. What we really need is more aid to people who choose not to work. This is from a conservative. Let's skip around. In Democratic cities and states deep in blue and bright red, such as Columbia, South Carolina, Shreveport, Louisiana, and Birmingham, Alabama, political leaders are moving in the opposite direction. Mayor Lightfoot may be in the throes of a difficult campaign for re-election. Let me say that again. Mayor Lightfoot may be in the throes of a difficult campaign. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Ah! But none of her 8 rivals for the Democratic mayoral nomination ahead of the first round of voting on February 28th. What? Say it ain't so. Have made an issue of her guaranteed income effort. Instead, the mayor is picking a fight with the National Republican Party. Because she don't really see the other Democrats as a problem. She already know that all she got to do is win a Democratic nomination. And then as usual, y'all going to vote for another Democrat because that's just what people do. They just go ahead and vote blue, vote the Democratic side, and they don't even know who they voting for. She added, I'm the mayor of the city of Chicago, and I know what our people need. The income cutoff for Chicago and Cook County is forgiving. 250% of the federal poverty level, $36,000 a year for an individual, $75,000 a year for a family of 4, though acceptance was weighted towards certain groups such as homeless people, veterans, and caregivers. I thought y'all said $75,000 a year was enough to raise a family of 4. That's literally what y'all argued for me. Y'all said $75,000 a year was enough to be able to raise a family of 4. Now we need government handouts. Cool. This is how the University of Chicago researchers are using surveys. This is the science of being an what did they call themselves? Educational something? I don't know. Surveys, in-person interviews, economic, labor, criminal, and legal and educational data to track recipients of the money, and even larger control group not selected for grants. Lightfoot said the future of the pilot project would depend on the university's assessment. President of Cook County Board of Commissioners insisted that the county project would not end when the federal funds were exhausted. The county will tap funds from newly legalized cannabis sales. That's where y'all weed money is going. And other revenue streams to keep it going, using a university assessment to guide it and decide whether to expand it. More taxes. When she talks about the origins of the guaranteed basic income concept, she not only invokes the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, but also more confrontational Black Panthers. Now they're using y'all blackity black talking points in order to illustrate it. This is bad. This is bad. Nothing else to read here. I don't even want to continue to go through this. So shout out to Lori Lightfoot. I will give her some credit. She has figured out how to continue to finesse y'all. And all of our political recipients have all figured out how to continue to keep you tied to the Democratic Party, keep you on universal basic income, and also keep you docile because we already know exactly how you're going to vote. Anyways, moving on from that. So, last but not least, this young man right here, his name is Corey Jones, okay? I found this interesting because somebody sent it to me, and essentially, the story is going viral. Now, I did skim through it a little bit just to see what it is that he's gonna say, and I wanna be able to share this with you guys because I think it's entertaining, and I think that it's a lot of lessons to be learned from this. But his name is Corey Jones. He's recently dropped a video as of 1 year ago, but it's just now really, really starting to go viral, okay? And the story is called I Was Married, My Divorce Story. Now, they didn't do a good enough job of scrubbing out the woman that he's talking about on this particular video because all I did was put a quick Google search on Corey Jones to be able to find a picture. I needed to use a picture for what it is that we're talking about right now in order to talk about what it is that we're going to look forward to. And they have a lot of different videos. Obviously, she's a content creator too. So she created her own YouTube channel. And he starts to talk about why it is that he got divorced. So I think that this is a very good video for us to lean into in order to better understand what it is that we're dealing with in society specifically. I am going to play his video. I might have to play it at 2 times the speed because, I'll be trying to get through this stuff. I don't be wanting to hear all of this slow talking and all of that other type of stuff. But I think it's a good video for us to tap into. So make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, tap into the Patreon, and then get your Alpha Juice Company. Again, his name is Corey Jones. I am going to share his video with you, and then we're going to get into it, all right? Let me see. You got the sad music.
I can't believe this. I can't believe I'm really about to talk about this right now. This is crazy, man. Oh, my gosh.
Know how to make it dramatic, that's for sure.
Definitely a time of my life that I've really never talked about ever. And I just want to be transparent with you all. I want to be transparent with people that follow me, that support me, family, friends, everything like that, this story is something that I withheld to myself for so long. And some people know, and then some people don't. The people that do know, and the people that don't. And you kind of make assumptions. Nobody ever knew the full story of what happened. If you've been a subscriber and supported me since forever, so since the start of this channel, that would be 2017, you probably already knew that I was with this one woman at one point in my life. She was in some of my vlogs and things like that, videos. And I took those down from my channel, and it was an abrupt ending to those type of vlogs. It was abrupt ending to you seeing me around her and things like that. If you're new here, you probably don't even know because I don't have any pictures up, I don't have any videos up or anything. I kind of try to erase that side of my life. I want to be transparent here. So in 2017, I got married. I got married to this girl that I've been with throughout college, mostly through college. And we was together for a while, went through college together, a little bit of our adulthood as well. And, decided to jump the broom and be bonded forever, Everything felt right. Everything felt like, it was the right thing to do, the next step to do, since we've been together for a good little minute. People kind of looked up to us as that black couple in school and that couple that just stood through everything,
Let this be lesson number one. Do not get married just because everybody likes your relationship. Do not get married because you feel like you have to do it by a specific time frame. You have to have your foundation of your relationship to be much stronger than just we've been together for a long time. The question that y'all should be asking yourself is, why are we together and why did we decide to be exclusive in the first place? You don't get, let me say this one more time as a person that's been married for almost 19 years. You don't get married just because you've been together for a long time and people look up to you as a model of what a relationship is supposed to be. I don't care if you're in college. I don't care if you 40, 50, 60 years old. The foundation of your relationship has to be much bigger and stronger than whatever it is that you're feeling at that particular moment.
So with that being said, we decided to get married.
Read Superchats after shortly.
Honestly, was that the best move? At the time, it felt like it.
He said, we decided to get married. Men control access to marriage. Women control access to sex. It is your decision as a man, because you are now the leader of the relationship. You're the leader of your household, to determine whether or not this is going to be a good decision or a good fit for what it is that you got going on.
But sometimes you can't let time determine what's truly going on and what's truly there. But yeah, we decided to get married and take that step towards our lives. Move from an apartment into a couple of homes. I know some of you all probably seen in some of my old vlogs, we moved from a house to another house, but we was renting, just trying to find a home that we liked to rent until we bought a home, but we ended up renting a home. And of course, that was in the town that my alma mater is in. So if you know, you know. So we, moved in together. Everything.
I'm gonna speed it up a little bit.
And, once we got married, before we got married, there really was never no hiccups or anything like that. At least that I didn't suspect. There was no type of there wasn't really any red flags to me. You know what I'm saying? I think the only red flag that was in me was like, I was like, yo, we've been born and raised here, went to school here. We really need to move from this state in order to be prosperous, in order to make a name for ourselves, build wealth and all that good stuff. Now, granted, I was saying that because there wasn't many opportunities in South Carolina for anyone recently graduating. I was a management major, hospitality management major, started off in the hotel industry.
He was a hospitality major. Now, that is what I would call a basket weaving degree. That is what we call over here at the Millionaire Morning Show a basket weaving degree. He was a hospitality major. Okay? Hospitality major. Ladies and gentlemen, I advise against going into the hospitality major educational field. That is not something that men or women should be embracing at all. It is not a useful skill in my opinion, and I've never seen anybody that went into hospitality get rich specifically. But let's continue.
Worked front desk, became assistant director of rooms very shortly after that. Still wasn't paying that much. Working at the University of South Carolina as an admissions counselor, and I started off making $28,000, guys. $28,000.
He went to school, he went to college so that he can start making $28,000 a year. Yo, I can hustle up I could hustle $28,000 in a month. I can hustle $28,000 in a month. Don't go into being a hospitality major, okay, ladies and gentlemen? That's the point of this part.
Whopping $28,000 there, and that was a struggle because I loved the job and I loved what I did there, but it wasn't enough to provide for me and her, even though she had a job, but it was still kind of like a little bit of a struggle. So I think that kind of helped play into what happened in the marriage, maybe. But those are conversations that you don't really have.
Look, he's telling y'all. He said, "Listen, one of the things that played into the marriage was the fact that I was broke." Translation. He gave y'all all of the backstory. He said I was a hospitality major, underwater basket weaving degree. I was making $28,000 a year. Then one of the first red flags that came along was the fact that I wanted to move and I wanted to do bigger and better things, but I was only making $28,000 a year, and that factored into it. He literally just said what factored into the relationship is the fact that he was broke. What factored into the relationship, the first red flag, was that he was broke. That's the translation, all right?
Beforehand, you kind of just going through life together, and if someone is for you, they're gonna be for you no matter what your salary is, no matter this connection
that's not true.
Have. Really, should be strong enough to look past that. But anyway, let's fast forward. So
she should be strong enough to look past that. Women are hypergamous. You don't have you a real one, big dog. She can't see the vision that you had for your life. She don't see how it is that you're going to level up in a hospitality management situation. It was all good and fun when we was both broke together in college, but now you only making $28,000 a year and you asking her to leave her family. She not feeling you, big dog. Now, the question isn't whether or not he's right or wrong. the reality is that this is what he's talking about. This is exactly what it is that he's saying. All right.
Yeah. We ended up getting married, in October of 2017. Jumped the broom. Everything went well. And it was good, you know what I'm saying? But let's fast forward to the beginning of 2018. So not even a year, not even barely 6 months in. It was around Mother's Day. And her family came to the house. We grilled, a couple of my family members and friends.
6 months into the relationship, after getting married, they dated all through college. They just got married 6 months in. It's around Mother's Day. They about to have a family come through. Okay, let's go.
Came to the house, we grilled out, had a good time. And, it was just a good vibe, you know what I'm saying? Being around friends, family, you're in your home, nice day outside, sunny. There's not a care in the world right now, at least for me. And I always looked at her as a person that I can trust. I always looked at her as someone that I wouldn't have to worry about, someone that had my best interest at heart. Always had the utmost respect for her because, I knew that she cared for me. That's how I truly felt. But fast forward throughout that day, family was still there, and then it's getting down to the evening. I'm outside grilling with her dad and stuff like that. We're having a good time, chopping it up, shooting the breeze, things that family do. And as the day went on, her family decided to stay the night with us, and we was going to go to breakfast in the morning. So the night is winding down. Everyone is going to bed. Me and her go to bed. And, at this point, I'm exhausted. It's like probably 11:30 p.m. Exhausted, been grilling, been cooking, been socializing all day, just tired. So she was falling asleep, I was falling asleep. But I was kind of tossing and turning a little bit in and out. So I think I fell asleep around like 12-ish, woke back up around 1 because I just kept hearing bzz, 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 ding, ding, like messages. So I was
he out there grilling with her dad, and he getting messages. She getting messages on the phone from that D. He was out there grilling with the dad. He going to work. Listen, this is a hard-working black man. I'm surprised he ain't turned red pill incel yet. This is a hard-working black man. A hard-working black man. He went and got his degree. He did the right thing. He married that young lady. He got a vision for his life. He wanted to be a hotel manager one day. And he was grilling with the dad, had the whole family over for Thanksgiving. Got married. Tired, cleaned up the house, and all he hear on her phone after he supposedly supposed to be asleep is bzz, 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 bzz. That better be your homegirl too.
I was like, it's 1 a.m. Usually she's not texting her girlfriends or anything like that because they got mans and husbands and stuff too. They don't be texting like that. So I was like, oh well. So I kind of turned over a little bit, and I wanted to try to go back to sleep. So I went back to sleep, tried to, and still heard it. So I kind of turned back over and kind of cuddled her a little bit. And then as I was cuddling a little bit, I kind of saw her phone, and then I saw a man's name on there that I'd never seen before. So I was like,
was his name Domino's Pizza? Was his name Ocean Prime? I'm sorry. This is supposed to be like a sentimental story. It's got the piano playing in the background, the organ, and all of that type of stuff. Was the name on the phone Big D at Ocean Prime? Big D hanging out at Ocean Prime. Backseat shorty. Okay. All right. Let's continue. I'm just listening to the show and see, he look confused too. I'm confused just as much as he confused. All right. Let's continue.
1:30 a.m. A man's name that I don't even know. This don't even sound right. But I didn't press the issue right then and there.
Fam, you don't know no Big D short is at Ocean Prime. All right. We know that you're not confused. You knew what it was immediately. You was just in denial.
Until I kept hearing bzz, 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 ding, ding, ding. So now I was like, yo, like, who you texting this late? And I could tell that she was kind of startled a little bit because she probably thought I was asleep or in and out of sleep or in a deep sleep. So that's what she was like, nobody, doom, doom, doom. I was like, nah, who you texting? Because I know she would tell me instantly who she texting. So, and then she wouldn't tell me. So I was like, let me see your phone. And I've never been the type of guy to go through a phone, nothing like that. So I was like, let me see your phone, because this don't even sound right. She was like, why? She kept questioning why. So I just took the phone. So I was like, boom. Looked at the phone. There was a dude in there, and they was just having this conversation. Looked like they was having a conversation throughout the whole entire day. And I was looking, and I was seeing things like, I'm gonna bring you a plate and this and that. And
ooh, you know that man is giving it all. Dog, he laying it down. if Shawty is talking about I'm gonna bring you a plate of what my husband and my father grilled up on the grill, how disrespectful can you be as a woman? Let's just put it in perspective, y'all. How disrespectful can a woman be to bring a man a plate that you made? You was out there sweating. You don't even like the in-laws that much. You ain't got enough to be able to talk to her father about that's actually going to make that conversation any more interesting than it's supposed to be. And this chick is going to bring her side dude that you've only been married to her for 6 months a plate that you was sweating, and you and her in-law, you and the in-law was sitting there grilling in the backyard. Y'all made corn. Y'all made ribs. You made collard greens, green beans, mashed potatoes, gravy, all of that. First of all, the men not even supposed to be cooking like that, but you've been cooking all day and working for this hussy, and she gonna bring this nigga a plate and he gonna fuck her? So wait a minute. Let's put it in perspective. You gonna bring him a plate and he gonna make you swallow the whole load. Ooh, that is some disrespect. You cuddling with her and she cuddling with it. You cuddling with her and she cuddling with it. It's a whole disposition dilemma that we dealing with here right now.
All kinds of stuff. And I was like, what? Who is this cat?
What do you mean all kinds of stuff? And you know who he is. He the king. He's Zaddy. It's all kinds of stuff in there. Come on, man. Just tell us the whole story of what's really in there. You see BBCs. She up there doing, y'all know how y'all do. The chicks do like this. When she do her phone like this. Jesus.
Yo, like,
Look
this
at how
is
confused
crazy.
he is.
So then she got upset because
reliving it.
I guess I called her. So I was like, yo, who is this? Boom, boom, boom. And this where it really got me. She was like, I was gonna tell you. I was like, tell me what?
Let me stop here and read a couple super chats. Shout out to Jay Woodfin, says, I say when I think you might be off, my G, you cooking today. Shout out to Jay Woodfin is in the building with the 10 ball. I appreciate you for holding me down, big dog. Julian Rooks, my dog, says they gonna drive up the crime weight with that BS talking about over there in Chicago. Shout out to Julian. I appreciate you for the 10 ball. Throughout the show, I continuously read the super chats just to be able to show my appreciation and thank you to you guys for supporting what it is that we doing over at the platform. Thanks, Jules. I appreciate you, big dog. Let me get back into this. I had to take a breather just for a second because this man is, you can tell he reliving it as he telling his story right now.
But what exactly was you gonna tell me? You know what I'm saying? So then, since family is in the house, we decided to go outside because we didn't want to make a ruckus and all this inside since family was staying the night. So we went outside, talked, walked the block, boom, boom, boom. And it's just, she was just telling me about.
Y'all ain't got no kids? It'd have been some furniture. You gonna take, that's how I'd have been talking to her. What you mean, let's go outside and be quiet? Oh, you gonna take the whole load? Man, look at what this nigga's sending you. You know, I'll make a whole scene. Ain't no kids involved? Y'all ain't got no kids? We gonna make a whole scene. I want your daddy to know that you sucking dick. That's what I want to know. Mr. James, your daughter been sucking dick and she trying to take him over a plate over there. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know about y'all. I'm not trying to not cause a scene. I'm knocking on your daddy's door to let him know that his daughter is a hoe. His daughter belongs to the streets, to the pavement. Mr. James, you know your daughter is for the streets. Oh, I'm not even tripping no more because it ain't like we got no kids. You saved me the trip to the divorce court. Don't worry about it because I only make $28,000 a year. I'm glad that you got me when I was broke and I ain't got no kids with you so that I can remove you from my YouTube channel and we can keep it moving because you turned me into a monster and you can keep it moving because you turned me into a... Hey, Mr. James, your daughter belongs to the streets and she a hoe. And y'all can get the fuck out of my house right now. You and her. You take whatever it is that you came with and you disappear. I will be okay. I'd rather live on the street than have you sucking dick than coming home and kissing me in my mouth. I'm going to make a whole scene. I'm making a whole scene. Ain't no we about to go outside and discuss this silently. No, we're going to discuss this publicly because you was out there having sex publicly in the Walmart parking lot. And so now me and you going to have a conversation about what really happened. And you're going to confess to your family. You're going to confess in front of everybody.
About the situation, this and that, this and that. And the weird thing about this is I never suspected that any of this would ever happen. But
I'm reading Superchats.
I realized once she started hanging out with these new friends of hers, all of her friends was married, but all of them had bad marriages. Either the wife was cheating on the husband or the husband was cheating on the wife. And I was like, she shouldn't be hanging with them, but I can't control who she hang with. Like, she just got
another beta male moment. I was like, she shouldn't be hanging with them, but I can't control who she hang with. Fam, if your girl is hanging out with hoes for the streets, what you think she gonna do next? Who you think that she being influenced by on a regular basis? He literally just said it. He just gave the blueprint for why his hoe turned into a hoe. Every single chick that she hanging out with is for the streets. What you think, that she ain't for the streets too? You don't think that she's sharing stories with them in the same way that they sharing stories with her? Oh, she the only good one, right? She the only good one. Yo chick is hanging out with other hoes that got bad marriages and is cheating on their husbands. But she coming home like, yeah, and I'm the only good one. She the anomaly. She special. She the special one. I can't believe that y'all are this naive. Y'all, fellas, y'all have a third eye, a keen sense on every single thing that y'all can sense when a dude trying to set you up in the streets and is trying to rob you. You know when your boss is hinting at the fact that you about to get laid off. You know every single thing in the world. I mean, good God almighty. I see y'all up on these panels talking about how y'all able to identify and spot the flags. But you ain't able to spot the fact that she hanging out with the chicks for the streets, but she the only innocent one. She the one that's trying to bring them back to Jesus. And y'all don't even go to church. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
At these new group of friends where everybody had something going wrong in their marriages, and yet we're newlywed, and she's seeing this and that, and they're probably influencing her to do this. So all kind of stuff like this is going through my head. And it just made me realize, like, this is crazy. This is not the end of it, but at that moment, I was like, this is crazy. Like, I really couldn't process anything. It's about to get good. So after we had a little walk, went back in, went to sleep. Woke up that morning, and I just had a bad feeling in my gut. And we were supposed to go to breakfast with her parents. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel right.
You just looked at her phone, and you seen that BBC. What you mean you got a bad feeling in your gut? You know that it's a strong possibility that she took the whole load, and she didn't even brush her teeth when she get home. That's not a bad feeling. That's called diarrhea, okay? That's what they effectively diagnose as the watery guts. Shout out to my dog, Steph is so cold. That's one of my guys in real life. Steph is my dog. Them sweet, he was digging in them sweet, watery guts. Them sweet, them salacious, sweet, watery guts. That's what he was doing. He was digging out them guts. All right? That's not a bad feeling that you got. That's not your stomach hurting. That's called diarrhea, sir. Okay? I want to see if he went to breakfast. Connie Mathis says, Anton, bro, you stay dropping jewels. I don't even know where y'all be finding these videos from that y'all be sending me, but keep on coming. Keep on emailing me this good old content for us to be able to look at and be able to learn from so that y'all can more effectively vet who it is the spouse is supposed to be. Shout out to Silver Lion. Silver Lion says, no talk needed, inside or outside. Just packing her shit while I'm waking up her parents to get them all out of my house. Here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. This is the part that we skipping out on, Silver Lion. He still went back to sleep. They went outside, had a discussion, and then he skipped that part. They went in the house and they went to sleep, and then they still supposed to go to breakfast in the morning? Wait. Whether you go to breakfast or not, are you telling me that you went to sleep? You tossed and turned next to this hoe. She slept in the bed next to you, had a discussion. You went through her phone, and you still went to sleep next to her? Man, that hoe would have been outside immediately. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Go get in your raggedy ass car and get the hell out of my house. This dude still went to talking about I had a bad feeling. Yeah, because she just told you that she cheated on you. What is wrong with these people?
Going to breakfast, had to fake like I was sick because the situation really threw me for a loop. You know what I'm saying? So my mom couldn't make it to
NICU grad. He only making $28,000 a year. He don't got no money. What you mean pay her half? If you're going to get rid of her now. This is the perfect time. They don't have no kids, and he broke, and he working at the hotel as the front desk staffs person. This is what you mean he got to pay her half. Ain't no half. Ain't no alimony, ain't no spousal support, ain't no nothing. Ain't no child, ain't nothing. Get your shit, get the fuck out of my house, and I'm gonna tell your daddy you for the streets.
The Mother's Day cookout. So we ended up going to my mom's spot in Sumter. So had to fake the funk there. Had to fake the funk like everything was going good. Car ride, not really talking. On the way back, talked a little bit about what was going on. And then we got back in the home. And then that's when we really had a conversation later that night where, you know, like, okay, what's up?
You
what
like
happened?
24 hours go by?
What's the relationship? How y'all know each other? Boom, boom, boom. Come to find out, I remember about 3 months before, me and her started like going to the gym together, things like this. And she was telling me about this trainer that had this new program. And she was like, yo, we should go to this camp since we're going to the gym. It'll be cool for us to go as a couple, boom, boom, boom. I was like, all right, cool.
And she invited you to meet the dude that's laughing at you behind the scenes. He probably tapping the other trainers like, yeah, nigga, I bust down his chick. She thick too. She got them sweet, watery guts too. Don't tell me she invited you to meet the trainer, the nigga that's busting her down. Good grief. He busting her down and he getting her fit?
Never ended up going, but I guess she continued to talk to the trainer. So the guy was a trainer. And
Jesus.
And so they kind of had a little bit of history, and he knew that she was married. And of course, dudes don't really care like that. It's up to the woman to neglect that. So I can't even be mad at the dude. Like, I'm mad.
That's the first thing that he said that actually is a real moment. Don't be mad at the dude, be mad at your chick. Don't check the dude, check your chick. Don't hate the player, hate the game. It ain't my fault that your chick came. Don't hate the player, hate the game, because it ain't my fault that your chick came, homie. That's the first real thing that I done heard him say thus far.
At the disrespect for him to come at a married woman, but I can't be mad at him because he can only do what she allows. So at that point, I was like, boom, we newlyweds, we got to try to get
paying
this,
for her membership.
The old me in this situation would be like, nah, it's dead right then and there. But I was like, since we newlyweds and since we just got married and since you're supposed to try to work through things, I'm going to try to work with you. So I was like, look.
Oh my God. This story should have been over immediately. There's no reason why we should still be listening to him. This dude said, we're newlyweds and we're going to try to work through it. If y'all was 10 years in with a kid, I could tolerate you trying to do it for the kid's sake because you don't want to give up half your money. You don't want to pay child support. And you don't want your kid to be ruined as a result of it. I could even consider it then. You're a newlywed, you're broke, and she's fucking the trainer. And bringing them a plate and taking the whole load. Oh my God, what is wrong with us? No. He ain't got no friend. This is what happens when, oh Jesus. It's not till death do us part when you don't have no kids and you only 3 months in. Because he said she was talking to him 3 months into the marriage. That's as far as he knows. We don't know what she did in college. We don't know when they was together. We don't know when she first got married. If they did what do they did when the medieval times when the guards can go in and bust your wife down as soon as you get married in order to consummate the marriage? We don't know what was happening. That chick probably got an OnlyFans today for all that we know. Come on, man. Don't you try to work it out with a chick that you only been married to for 3 months that's busting down the trainer? Come on, man.
We can get through this, but I'm gonna need you to delete this guy off social media. I'm gonna need you to delete the number. I'm gonna need for you to lose all connection with this guy if you're not interested in this guy. If you want to be with this guy and you're interested, let me know now. And we can talk about all of that. You know what I'm saying? And we can move away from each other, whatever. But let me know. So she's like, no.
I'm reading Superchats
2 days later. I remember getting home before her. And she's not home yet. But her iPad is in the room. I just got home, took a shower, about to take a nap, and I see her.
He's scoring now. He's listen, the angels of God will not allow you to continue to ignore the signs. Now you curious. Now everything is a red flag. Now you paying attention. Anything that's off, now you getting home early all of a sudden. Man, I don't even know how he still is able to lay next to her. Jesus Christ. It's called prima nocta. That is right, Judge Zilla. It's called prima nocta. This is bad. Jamil Pugh says, in the infamous words of Jesse Lee Peterson, beta, beta. Shout out to my dog Mel Duke. He said he act like he's salvaging them from torn up guts. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Can you imagine somebody before you even really consummate the marriage? You don't even know what her insides fully feel like. And Chasey Beat says, she said, I was going to tell you, and I'm not, and not, I'm sorry. Now he getting home early. He can't even do his job. He can't even do his job correctly. He about to get fired from work because he leaving work early in order to get to the iPad. Okay.
Her iPad is on my nightstand, and then
and she's still going to the same gym.
I see this guy, the same guy, number through iMessage popping up on the iPad. I was like, I thought she was gonna stop talking to this dude. Like,
no, dog. Do you know what he did to her? He monster mashed that. Dog, he grabbing her in ways she ain't never been grabbed before. He doing things to her that she ain't never experienced before. He's showing her things that she's never seen before. Okay? You thought that you was the only one, but he the one that's exercising it out for you. You thought that she was coming home with some new tricks because she was innovative? You thought that she just came up with that on her own? All of a sudden, her gag reflex ain't there no more. He trained her. He's making her a more sufficient woman for you, sir. She not yours. It's just your turn. And now it's his turn. And then he going to give her back to you. Don't worry about it. You the one that's going to pay the bill for her. You paying that iPad monthly payment for.
what's going on? So I tapped on, opened the iPad. She was like, I'm on the way home. Don't text me. Let me text you. And at that moment, that's when I know I got a problem on my hands. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you do not want this
you
problem.
Had a problem.
You do not want your...
Give me a second, y'all. Let me just give me a minute. He said at that moment, I knew I had a problem on my hands. So you didn't know you had a problem on your hands prior to that when her phone was going off and you was going through it and you was seeing all of the messages. You didn't know that you had a problem on your hands the night before when all of the in-laws was over and you had them sweet watery guts. Who frat is this? Somebody said that this is my frat. Somebody tell me who frat this is. I just need to know. I need to know who frat this is. Aaron says the training team that flowered his wife. Jesus Christ. Ruckus says trainer was definitely make her do burpees. Silver Lion says action happens when this dude sleeps and naps and when he awake on her lunch break. Brock says pass the love offering. He definitely need a coaching call, bro. I bet you he's still the same way. He's still broken. He's still trying to get out of it. I can hear it in his voice 6 years later because he said this happened in 2017. He's just now telling the story. And he just now erasing her from his YouTube channel and all of his Instagram pictures and stuff. Oh.
The woman going behind your back, sneaking, lying, and doing all this, and you just got married and trying to work on things to that, and I'm willing to give you another chance. So when she got home, I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything. She got home, she took a shower, boom, 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 and she said she was going to dinner.
Let me tell you how he was sitting at when she got home. This is how he's sitting when she got home. So you bought the bottle of beer, huh? So what's his name? This is him when she got home. He was sitting there like this. So you still texting him? So you're not gonna give him up? So where you been at today? Huh? So you think everything is just, oh yeah? You went to work, what'd she say? Your boss gonna give you a promotion? Word. This nigga was sitting in there in the dark. He couldn't get his mind right, and so he just sat in the dark, and now he waiting in there like this. So what's going on? So you think you slick, huh? You think you slick, huh? So you still texting him? I seen your little iPad. Oh, you didn't know you left your iPad at home, huh? I seen your little iPad on the desk. You didn't know that it was still tied into your number. Okay. Okay. So you still gonna go work out today, huh? Okay. I got you. I got you. Let's see what his reaction was.
With one of her friends. I said, all right, go to dinner. Go to dinner with one of the, I don't know if she was with the friend or him. I don't know. But I already had the intel that I need that they was going to continue to communicate. So then when she left, I opened the iPad up again and I noticed that they was trying to plan going to the mountains together in North Carolina and trying to figure out a way for her to get there and this and that. And I'm like, yo, that's when it hit me. That's when it hit me, man. Like, as a man, that's the worst feeling you can ever feel. When you've been disrespected, lied to, betrayed by someone that you love. And I never, ever.
No. That's not the worst feeling. Thank God for you, she didn't give you all of the details of what happened when she was gone on her lunch break. Thank God for you that she didn't tell you all of the details of what was happening on her lunch break. You keep trying to figure out why she coming home smelling good every day. It's not because that's the way that she left. That's the way that she did because she had to take a shower at the gym in order to get home to wash out all of that. Let me stop. This is the morning show, not the late night, evening, after hours show. I'm reading super chats throughout the show. Let's continue.
Felt pain like this a day in my life. And still to this day, I still haven't felt a pain that I felt when I saw those messages. And when I realized she was lying, I never felt that type of pain. At that moment, I just remember dropping down to the bed and just crying, bro. I was crying out of anger, upset. I didn't.
This nigga was Trey from Boys in the Hood. I can't believe you done this to me. Oh my God. She got home and he was like this. I I'm so glad that I can share these moments with you guys because I'll be watching, dog. Do you know y'all be sending me these videos and sometimes I'll be watching some of them and this is the exact same way. I'll be laying in the bed watching these on my way to sleep and I laugh the same way when I be watching this stuff. It's so much more enjoyable to be able to share it with you guys. It's so much more enjoyable to be able to laugh with. When I see all of the laughing emojis inside of the chat, make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Nobody does it the way that we do it over here at the Millionaire Morning Show. When I see all of the laughs in the chat, it means that you take just as much joy in watching these personal stories as I do. You guys take just as much joy in listening to these personal stories as I'll be cracking up. And Rita be like, oh, you so mean. And I just can't stop laughing. It takes everything in me. I laugh myself tired to sleep when I be watching these videos. And I don't know why. I think something is wrong with me. I don't have that empathy that everybody else has. I think that this is a learning moment for them. Persevere Data TV says, somebody's sleeping in my bed. My bed. Centennial G says, damn, this is my frat brother from the almighty Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. Oh, no, he making a fraternity look bad out here in these streets. No words, but M.A.B. Jones, there were signs you probably ignored. Stay up, Blue. Stay vigilant next time around. I'm glad dude bounced back. Oh, thanks for all you do, AD. Thank you for the fireball. I appreciate it. Danielle Harris says, sitting in the dark looking like an unlocked character. You know he need about 20 more kills in order to unlock that character on Call of Duty. Blaze Skywalker says she the devil. And oh man, this is so funny. Was was the Jodeci a cry or was it a Luther Vandross cry? It was an R. Kelly cry.
Know how to feel. Like I really didn't know what to do. And I didn't want to talk to anybody about it because what happens in your home stays in your home until it's final. So I had to deal with this by myself. It was just me and her. I wasn't talking to nobody about it. I was just talking to myself about it. Coworkers was asking, like, why do I look this way and that way? And I could not explain it because it's like I didn't want to put information out there without things being.
Nigga, you know you need to hurry up and check in them hotel guests. Get off your stop crying. All of the staff and the cleaning ladies and the room service keepers are saying, "Oh, Corey, what's wrong?" And you over there pouting, knowing these people need their room keys. Get up there and check them hotel guests in with your $28,000 a month making butt. And he didn't even say he put her out the house. He just said he went to work and he was crying.
Final, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that type of dude. And that's why it took me so long to make this video or even tell people what happened, because for so long, since 2017, I've lost followers that was connected to me and her because they think that I did something. I've lost some of her friends that was my friends too that think that I did something. You know, like people automatically assume, oh, if they divorced or this and that, the man did something. But in this situation, I did not do anything. I never physically abused her, emotionally abused her. I've done all I could for this girl, with this girl. I've never
left her for the streets, bro.
So for anybody out there that thought I did something, you know what I'm saying? That's
if y'all need, see, he being too nice. I'd have been like, listen, for all of y'all that tried to throw me under the bus, fuck you. I would have just been saying it straight up the way that it called. Man, listen, your daughter's a hoe, your friend is a hoe, your sister is a hoe. I can't say your mama's a hoe, but everybody that's associated with her, your hoe is a hoe, okay? Your hoe is a hoe. I don't give a freak about your friends. I don't care nothing about your daddy. Them ain't my parents. I don't even know her. She for the streets. She for the streets.
Y'all, but I'm telling y'all the story. But let's go back. So at this moment, when she got back, she could tell that I was pissed. And I was like, you know something? What's going on? I know that you're still talking to this dude, this and that. We got into a huge arguing match or whatever. So
you sitting in the dark and you asking her questions.
This moment, I decided to try to figure out a way for us to not be in this situation right now.
He had to be raised by his mama. He had to be raised by his mama. For sure, for sure.
It's heated in the house. We're arguing. We're looking at each other weird. I didn't like this feeling. I was like, yo, look. And this is probably the worst thing that I could ever do.
Arguing? It's supposed to be one way. You the one that fucked up.
Situation. I was like, look, I'm going to get you a hotel room for 2-3 days. You go there and you think about everything. You know what I'm saying? You're saying you're sorry. You're saying you apologize. You're saying that you don't want to talk to this guy. You think about it. You think about what you actually want. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not about to have.
You go to the hotel room where he can come and bust you down. I'm going to get you a free hotel room, my Hilton Honors discount, my Marriott discount, so you can go and think about your actions and think about what you want out of this situation. Oh, my God. What is wrong with y'all? Oh, my God. Oh, my Jesus. I see how y'all get played. I see why people feel so comfortable finessing y'all, because y'all are so easily taken advantage of and played. Oh, my God. I haven't heard a story like this. This dude is the king. He is literally the king. I'm reading Superchats in a minute. This guy is the king. I usually would end the show around this time, but I'm not. I'm going to finish this whole thing. I need to know what the heck is going on. This is crazy. You're crying at work and now you get in their hotel rooms? Oh, no. My God.
Have you in this house lying and doing all this and going behind my back. I'm going to get you a hotel room for 2-3 days. You know what I'm saying? And you go and you think about everything. Think about what has happened, how this is affecting what we have going on. You know what I'm saying? And you think about that.
You think about it. You
stand 2-3
in the
days
corner.
come back. She come back to the crib. I instantly noticed another change. She had this look on her face. She's very cold. She's very, like, this is a side of her that I've never seen before. Like, it's a whole new person. I was like, what happened? Like, what's going on? And then out of prying and things like that, she just broke out crying and said she invited the dude to her hotel room.
What did you think was going to happen? Oh my. What did you think was going to happen? Nick, I said that. Oh my gosh. Dog, this is like a whole movie. This is a whole movie. What did you paid for a hotel room, and what did you think was going to happen? I'm going to try to predict this. Honest to God, on my father's grave, I have not watched this video. I watched the first 2 minutes of the video. We are literally at minute, 19? In order to substantiate that it was something worth reviewing. I'm going to predict what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to be right or not. I don't know. This is like the worst Tyler Perry movie I've ever seen in my entire life. He came over. She not going to tell you he bust her down. Yo. Dog, you know how little respect a woman got to have for a dude in order to come home and tell you that she invited the man that she cheating with to her hotel room? Do you know how little respect that a woman has got to have for you to voluntarily want you to kick her out the house and give her a hotel room? I'm reading Superchats shortly. Give me a second, John. Let me cook. You know how little respect that she's got to have for you to come home and voluntarily tell you that she invited the dude to his hotel room? Let me guess what's happening. He come over, he busts her down, then he say, you for the streets, I don't want you no more, and now she gonna come back to you. His name is Corey Jones. Make sure y'all tell him that Anton reviewed this video if y'all go over there. Do you know how disrespectful it is for a woman to come home and admit and volunteer the idea that she had? Okay. Calm down, Anton. You're going to read the super chat shortly. We got to get through this video.
And I was like, why? She was like, just to talk. Just to talk? And what happened? Oh, he tried to kiss me, blah, 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 but nothing happened. Okay. All right. And that was the last straw. I was like, at this moment, this is done. We done. We are done. I cannot do this. You know what I'm saying? But I did set up a therapy session for us. Tried the therapy session. That didn't go too well.
Then you wasn't done. Then you were not done. 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 Good Jesus, God Almighty.
And then eventually she was just like, she gonna move out. So she moved out the house. And as I told you, I wasn't making that much, so I couldn't afford the payments myself. So
she involuntarily kicked you out of your own house by moving out the house. Good Jesus, God Almighty. This story is like the worst story. The only thing worse is if it was like it feels like 3 of them butt fucking her at the same time. That's the only way that this story could get any worse.
She moved out, and then I was forced to move to Charlotte with my sister and commute back and forth every single day from Charlotte to Columbia, South Carolina to work every single day, while she had the means to, afford a little apartment or something like that on her own.
And she was making more money than you? Ooh.
I couldn't afford that at the moment. Had credit card bills and stuff like that with our name in it and things like that. And it was just crazy. So she moved out, got her own place, and just left me there. You know what I'm saying? And I decided, like, that's probably best anyway. But it was no hesitation. She got her place, moved out, moved in her apartment, and I was commuting back and forth.
And she had a man coming over, and he was doing the nasty with her mouth.
From Columbia to Charlotte to my sister's place, staying on the couch. And I don't know if y'all remember, but I took like a 3-month hiatus from YouTube, trying to get my life together. And then I ended up moving to Atlanta because I took on a new job, and I stayed with my cousin for a couple months till I got on my feet, saved some money and things like that. And even though we wasn't together and we decided to separate,
reading super chat shortly,
it just felt so bad in me I just felt like a failure, And this is the only time in my life where I legit felt like a failure, like something failed in my life. Something so big, one of the biggest moments, being married, being in a relationship, and trying to build things, and then it just failed. I legit felt like a failure. So when I moved to Atlanta, you probably could ask my cousin, like he had like him and his wife and his kid stayed, and I had a room upstairs, and I would be in that room all the time. I didn't want to go out. I did not. I was just in this state of mind where I just felt like a failure, man. I just felt like a failure, and that was that, man. I was like,
This is sad. Yo, I'm starting to feel he need a coaching session. I hope he not still in his mindset.
what can I do? I was trying to figure out ways, like, what can I do to make the situation better? But it was nothing that I could do.
You still trying to make the situation better? Look at his face. In 2023, this happened in 2017. In 2023, he's still he replaying this. She's going to take up real estate in his head for the rest of his natural born life. She's going to have real estate in this dude's head for the rest of his life. I see y'all with the super chats. I appreciate it. I'm definitely going to be reading every single super chat because I got to get y'all thoughts on this.
And as a man, as a husband, you always want to try to do your best to make the situation better. But I couldn't figure it out, so I tried one more last attempt. I was like, yo, our anniversary is coming up. It's like when we first met.
Oh, man, don't you realize that she want to be in the streets, man? She was Lori Harvey before Lori Harvey was Lori Harvey. Oh my God, what did she do to this dog? She is taking a whole nother penis into her vagina and her mouth and every other hole that she has. Why are you chasing this chick for the streets? Leave her where you found her, my nigga. Oh, man. Oh, fellas, we need to... Gentlemen, gather around. Gather around. I'm going to do it the way we used to do it in church. Form a prayer circle. Everybody grab hands and form a prayer circle. Let's pray for it. Sister Betty Jones, can you go get the olive oil? Open up all of the doors so that we can get the demons up out of here when we pray it up out of this guy. Lord, in your son's name, we come to you on the behalf of Corey Jones, asking, I'm still starting the super chats because I'm still holding these imaginary hands. Asking that you intercede on his behalf. Don't let him continue to chase these women for the streets. Don't let him turn hoes into housewives. Bless him to let her go. Let her go. Let her go. Bless Corey to let her go. Don't let him continue to chase these women for the streets and then try to make them into housewives. Don't let her give up the Gawk 3000 and then come home and kiss Corey in the mouth, Lord. You see it? We know that you are all knowing. We know that you have a plan. We know that your ways ain't our ways, Lord. That's how they pray for it in the black church. We know that your ways is so far from our ways, but no matter what, we pray for this in your son's name. In your son's name. Whew. Corey, come home. Come on home, Corey. Come on home, Corey. Good Jesus, God Almighty. I might have to make this a whole separate clip.
I want to give one last attempt at this because one thing about me, I'm going to do my best. So I know that I didn't give up. I didn't give up on the situation. I didn't do anything. So I was like, look, for our anniversary, we're going to go down to Myrtle Beach. And for that weekend, we're just going to vibe. We're going to see what's going on. So I got us a resort at Myrtle Beach, had the room decked out nice or whatever. Had some roses delivered to the room to be there by the time we got there. Had some catering options and things like that set up so we can go out, eat and things like that. And I could just tell eventually that was going to be the last time that we had a trip or a time together. Something shifted, you know what I'm saying? Once that trust is breached, once a mistake and once something like that happens, it's like hard to come back from that. It's very hard to come back from that. Like I'm a big person on respect, support, trust, all that stuff. And once that is breached, I can't really go back and revert, but I tried. And I think that's what made me okay with like knowing that I've done all I can in that situation. Because even though she made a mistake, even though this and that happened, I still was willing to try to make things.
That's not a mistake, sir. It's not a mistake. She was riding that D. Future probably got her now. Future, she trying to work her way up the ladder to Drizzy Drake. The homies probably done did what it is that they need to do. The Phoenix Suns, you heard about the Phoenix Suns and what they do to these chicks. Future probably got her. The homies is doing what the homies do to chicks for the streets. You trying to make her your housewife, bro?
This work. Because as a husband, as a man, you have to try. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, through thick and thin, till death do his part, you gotta try. You know what I'm saying? So I rested comfortably, knowing that I tried, you know, and I tried to give it my best. But you know, and you know, people make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a mistake that cost us a huge decision of our lives to be divorced and not be together. And you know, to this day, do we talk every day? No. Do we talk all the time? No. You know what I'm saying? If I seen her, I'll be cordial. But I can't envision myself wanting to go through something like that again, and I don't want anybody to go through that again. So, so yeah, I think
the only reason that she not with him, because let's be clear, y'all, she could have continued this relationship and continued to cheat on him. He just not a high value man in her mind. Don't matter what his life turned out to be like. Don't matter if he ever blow up on YouTube or any of this other type of stuff. The only reason that she's not still with him and still cheating on him is because she genuinely didn't give a fuck about him. If she valued him, she would have stuck with him, even tried to make change behavior. Now, I'm not advocating for any man to stick with any woman in the streets, especially if you ain't got kids with her. But let's be clear. She wanted to get rid of this dude, and he was still chasing her, still trying to be with her. Regardless of what happened, he was still chasing the streets. She could have still been with him. She would have adjusted her behavior. Oh, snaps. Okay, so the iPhone I can't do it on my iPad. Let me unlock that at all. She could have made adjustments, figured out her game, but she just didn't care. He sent her to the hotel in order to get bust down again.
After about 4 years, I'm finally comfortable talking about this.
After 4 years,
it felt like a failure. You know what I'm saying?
And
of course, she mentioned some things that she felt like were pain points for her. Like she mentioned me once I started my YouTube channel, that I wasn't paying her any attention, which to me is a little bit skewed a little bit, because for one, I would include her into my vlogs. I would try to include her into different processes of the YouTube. Like, granted, of course, editing takes time and shooting takes time, but that's not all day. You know what I'm saying?
But the trainer got time.
She mentioned sometimes when show was on, I wasn't paying attention to the show. I was in my phone. But if it's a show that I don't really like, I'm in there with you. I'm just not paying attention to the show like that. But I'm still right next to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not off in another room watching something else secluded. Like, I'm still in the living room, still up under you with you watching the show. I'm just on my phone answering emails. Or I might bring my laptop down and edit on my laptop instead of upstairs or something like that. You know? So she was bringing up little things like that. And I feel like if it was truly a problem, then it should have been mentioned instead of going out and doing who knows whatever.
This is insane.
The way my life has been going since that, you know, once I got on my feet, moved to Atlanta, my life has been skyrocketing. You know what I'm saying?
Look. He did the women thing. Look, I really just focused on becoming a better me. That's what women say. Nia Long said the same thing when she got messed up from Ime Udoka. You know, it's just me time. You know, it's my season. I just focused on becoming a better me.
Focus more on my YouTube. Became a creator up next in 2019 for YouTube. Had several opportunities with brand partnerships.
YouTube felt sorry for this nigga. All right, so I got to come up with a story in order for YouTube to promote my shit. Now this nigga is going viral. YouTube showing him love because somebody at YouTube said, oh, man, we got to give him some love because this dude is simping out. And so now this motherfucker is the YouTube Creators Up Next program and shit like that. All right, let me make me up a fucking story. I need a scandal popping up somewhere. Rita, you ready to play this role so that we can pretend like we got a scandal going on so that we can be the creators up next? Because if this is how you get on, then okay. All right. Okay.
New job, new apartment, all of this, like, and I would just attest that to God, you know what I'm saying? Even through all that, I prayed, you know what I'm saying? Like,
God ain't got nothing to do with this. God ain't got nothing to do with what it is that we witnessing right now.
I kept faith that things would be better for me, you know what I'm saying? And even for her, you know, I still want things to go well for her. I want her to find somebody that she could be happy with, and, you know, I want that for her. So I don't have...
Nope. I want you to be miserable for the rest of your life. I'm not praying for your happiness. I'm not praying for your success. I don't want you to get a good job. I don't want none of that. If you do me dirty, it's on. I don't want the best for you. I don't want you to be happy. I don't want to be friends. Don't call my phone. Stop kicking it with me. You are for the streets. What is wrong with this? No, I have never covered this before, SD. Trust me, I would know if I covered this. What is wrong with this man? You need to become a monster. In order to free yourself, you got to become a monster. I'm reading Superchats in a minute.
have any animosity or any ill will towards her. But since that, I think sometimes God make you go through things so you can see the other side and so you can be a better you. Because honestly, I don't know if I would be where I'm at today without going through that situation. I'm a better man. I make better decisions. I'm successful. I'm a young black king out here, you know what I'm saying? And I can't say back then that I was that, you know? I was striving for it.
I can put up some pictures of him driving a A4 Audi and putting a suit on, putting his Sunday's best on. Nigga, that don't mean that you a young king. Come on, man. Come on, man. Snap out of that dark space.
But now I'm here, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is everything that I dreamed of, I now have. And, you know, it feels good. Yeah, I just wanted to share this story, man, because I held it in for so long. And I was like, dang, I need to share this story, you know? And appreciate all y'all for listening. And
listen to the piano.
Thank you all for the support. Thank you all for rocking with me through all this, man. It's crazy. And I hope none of you all ever have to go through anything like that, like I did. And yeah, that's just that. But thank y'all for rocking with me. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.
Oh, and the piano sped up. I'm going to send him a free box of Alpha Juice Company in order for him to get himself together. Because this is truly sad. This is truly a sad day in 2023 of the YouTube sphere. Let me get to these super chats. My dog Vern says, cue that Mario whining song. I don't want to know. Shout out to Vern is in the building. Mr. Yomi, I'm going to just say Mr. Yoni, says, these live shows have been comedy gold. Keep up the great content, big dog. Thank you to Mr. Yomi for rocking out with me. I appreciate you for the fireball. Also, Gore with the fireball says, the devil has me in the VIP section if I continue to laugh at this guy. I know I'm going to hell. God ain't got nothing to do with that, so you can laugh all you want to. Don't worry about it, Gore. We laugh. We laughing. Even a good Lord said, if she is for the streets, be out. Levite Apparel is in the building. Shout out to Levite Apparel. Let me see. Iconic Demeanor says, he need to book a coaching session. He needed to book a coaching session I know who he booked a coaching session with. Hafiz. He already booked his coaching session with Hafiz. That's why he's still in the space. He didn't have coaching sessions since 2017 with Hafiz, and this is what gets you. Allegedly, I think. Let me make sure I say that. I add that. He got his coaching sessions with Hafiz is in the building. Shout out to the Gemini. Says, I hate to say it, he played stupid and got his stupid prize. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You play stupid games and you win stupid prizes, all right? Mel Duke, my boy, says, you played yourself in the DJ Khaled voice. Facts. Shout out to Chasey Beat, says, this is a whole Tyler Perry movie, a whole one. Hey, somebody call his coach Hafiz and get him on the phone, because we know that this is the same playbook that Hafiz is playing. So Aaron says, if you're playing me, please let me know, because my heart can't take it anymore. If you're playing me, please don't let me know, because my heart can't take it anymore. There's a in my bed. My bed. There's a shout out to Aaron taking me down memory lane. So this is a BET Tyler movie. Medea's niece get bust down. I like that title for sure. Shout out to Derek T says, I beg your pardon, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. And Dr. Umar's voice, this is why everybody shouldn't have a mic. Some stories best left untold. He gonna capitalize off of it. He made a lot of money off that video. Blaze Skywalker says, this is self-inflicted. Where are your standards? Facts. 100%. Marcus Alexander is in the building, said, should have called Miss Cleo and Stevie Wonder before booking that hotel. Whew. That boy booked her a hotel to go and get bust down. And she gonna say, I ain't did nothing, though. He was just trying to kiss on me. Call Tyler Perry and sell him his soft-ass story. Man. Derek said, I searched YouTube. They made a video last year together about will they get married again? Can you get an interview with them? Lord have mercy. He might not want to interview with me after this video. Derek T says, I was wrong on that video. Misleading title. Oh, okay. So I heard somebody say in the chat that it was more he was with his friend and they were saying it. No need to say when a woman sees a man's weakness, it's over for him. Whatever little respect she had is long gone. Shout out, need to say. I appreciate you for the fireball. Also, Kobe Jordan is in the building, says, salute, big dog. I got a coaching call coming up. Need help with these career options, bro. Choosing the right one is tough. Not for Anton. I'm going to point you in the right direction. First step, don't pick the basket weaving direction. Don't go with the basket weaving direction. I got you. Don't worry about it. We're going to have that conversation. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for continuing to rock with me in 2023. It has been an awesome show, like every single show has been. I believe this is season 3. I'm starting to rename how it is that we're doing thing on a Millionaire Morning Show. Season 3, episode 27, the 27th episode this year. And it is the 3rd year that we have been doing the Millionaire Morning Show live streams. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for continuing to rock with me. Again, make sure you tap into the Patreon. Do not leave without clicking the link to join the Patreon. The link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. In addition to that, make sure you tap into the Alpha Juice Company. Alpha Juice is holding us down. They're a sponsor of the show, and we absolutely positively love what they're doing over there at Alpha Juice. Use the discount code in the description and make sure that you continue to do the work. In addition to that, I need y'all to do me one more favor before we get out of here. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be rich and successful by ourselves. I love you. I appreciate you. I value every single thing that you guys do for me because I look to pour into you and I make sure that I prepare for you and do great things for you every single day. Don't get caught slipping, fam. Let's get this money, let's get this bag, and let's not get finessed. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.